Hey, Taebyn, you remember that AD episode from a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Yeah, you know, with even with all that drinking, I felt freaking great the next day. No hangover, nothing. And you know why?
I mean, I have no idea what those things are, but I do want to know why.
Well, because I took Broad electrolyte vitamins. They're like super Gatorade in a vitamin. Anyway, I felt so great the next day that I emailed them and I said to them, hey man, great product. And you know what? The CEO emails me back to say, thanks.
Oh, nice.
Love to hear from fans. What are you guys up to? And bam, just like that, Broad electrolyte vitamins becomes a supporter of this show. I mean, I know.
That's pretty great. Thank you, Broad.
Thank you, Broad. I mean, who likes being hungover or dehydrated? So guess what? We've got a special deal for all our listeners. Go to Broad Electrolyte Vitamins website at broad.co. That's BRODE.co. There's no M. And use the code BFFT at checkout to get 25% off your order with no limit to your order size. The more you order, the more you save. And on top of that, Broad will donate 25% of the proceeds from every order using the code BFFT back to the show to help support its production. So it's a win-win-win for everyone.
That's awesome.
So that's Broad, BRODE.co.
It really is. I mean, Broad gets stuff. We get things. You first get things. It's kind of great.
And remember, that's BRODE.co and code BFFT at checkout. Hangovers are the worst, and this stuff is the best. So go to broad.co and use code BFFT. I was feeling lonely the other day, so I bought some shares. It's nice to have some company. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was also trying to decide if I should ride a horse or not ride a horse. That is the equestrian.
Oh. Well, you know, I was actually in a similar vein. I was on a diabetes awareness website, and it asked me if I accept cookies. And I thought, is this a trick question?
Yes, it is.
It was.
So it was a trick question. So I think we should probably just start getting into the show.
I hear the music. I hear music. Okay, good.
This is Barely Furcasting, featuring Taebyn and Injured Nerves audio production. Well, Moobarkfluff, hello, salutations, greetings, aloha, guten tag, habari, and halay to all our friends, listeners, and creatures in the universe. I am the Podiverse. I am Barely Normal, a very tired bear from travel, and with me is that pup of the hour, Taebyn. How the fluff are you, Taebyn?
Oh, well, the hour is upon me in the bestowing of thine eye, or something like that. And I am pretty good. You know, something interesting happened to me the other day. I was at a place, and this recruiter wanted to pay me lots of money to come work for him. And he said that the pay starts at $40,000 a year, but it could go up to $80,000 a year later. Well, I decided to start later, actually.
I'll start later. Yeah, absolutely.
I also found out, I mean, I had an epiphany, not epiphany you, but epiphany, that it actually doesn't matter if you're tall or short, thin or fat, or rich or poor, or whatever. At the end of the day, it's night.
That's very true. The day does not care whether you're rich or poor, famous or infamous. It doesn't matter.
It will be night.
It does not matter.
It will be night at the end of the day. So how are you?
We got back from, as everyone knows, we record these ahead of time, and we got back from BLFC this week. And so I didn't work yesterday. No, I worked yesterday. Wait, today's. Oh, Thursday. So I didn't work on Tuesday. We got back on Monday. I didn't work Tuesday. And then, of course, I logged in on Wednesday, and all hell had broken loose at work. And
no, because you weren't there.
I spent just about all day yesterday trying to explain to people how stupid they were, and that doesn't go over well. And then I had a meeting today that I had to be at, a physical meeting where I had to actually leave my office at home and go to the building. And as I walked in, I was still angry from yesterday. And as I walked in, there was the deputy director of my agency. And she says, well, hi, how's it going? And I says, well, I've been better. And she says, but have you been worse? And I said, nope. This is one of the worst days I've had working for this agency. No. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I says, yeah, I'm close to just pulling the plug, just dropping everything off and saying, that's it, I'm done. And she's like, well, is there anything I can do to help? I said, yes, I want these following people fired. And I gave her a list of people. And she laughed and chuckled and went about her way. But clearly, that wasn't going to happen.
I think that's what that.
I mean, you actually wrote if you're not going to fire the people. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I tease everybody and say that when I finally retire, like a week before I retire, I'm going on what I call the slap tour. I'm just going to drive around all the facilities that are part of my agency, and I'm going to ask for specific people. And when they come out, I'm going to slap them because they deserve to be slapped.
You know, knowing you barely, I think that's actually something that is actually physically going to happen. That'll be awesome. Yes. You should make sure to get a hidden GoPro or something so you can make a video of the whole thing.
Well, I'm sure that after the very first one, I'll be in the back of a patrol car. So you know, there's that.
There'll be one already. Okay, good.
There'll be a GoPro right there. So, but speaking of BLFC,
yes,
what say that we get to a recap of that mighty con? How do you think about that?
Let us do the cap of the re.
I want to let everybody know their final tally for charity was posted on Telegram today, and it was $20,011.05. So, no strange numbers. As you know, at the closing, they always have strange numbers like 420, 69, 21, 7, all those kind of, related to things along the gambling line, but and sexual line. But
all right, our first number goes to Cursed Candy at $158.69.
And they didn't release their attendance numbers yet for whatever reason. Don't know why.
Although we do know it starts with a 5.
It starts with a 5, so 50
and
people.
And it's more
there,
than 4,000. So it's in the 5,000s, but it's not the most they've ever had. So it's probably between 5,000 and 5,500 is what I'm guessing, or 5,500 is what I'm guessing, something like that.
That. All right, yeah, there you go. That would be a good guess.
Do you remember June 11th?
Tell us what's happening on June 11th.
Well, last time, so this would have been week before last when we had the show. Yeah, this thing in the show notes about, and it was. The thing was to be aired on June 11th. So the show that's to be aired on June 11th, when we did that recording,
right. Yes,
you had said, okay, now just to let all our listeners know, we're not going to be we're going to release this on June 11th, not next week. And it was like, well, when they're listening to it, it'll be June 11th, so they don't care.
Right.
And it was this whole thing. And I thought it was hilarious and funny. And I don't know, something you just said reminded me of that, and I had to replay that for us all.
And so everybody's listening again how just utterly idiotic Barely was last week.
No, how amazingly wonderful, hilarious you were.
Thanks for bringing that up again, Taebyn. Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Thank you very much. There'll be applications being taken for a new co-host. It'll be BFF something. Hopefully, if we can find another fur that starts with a T, so we don't have to change the initials,
BFFT at replacetaebyn.com.
Replacetaebyn.com, yes. So how was your con? What did you do there, Taebyn? Tell us all about it.
I had a really great time this con. This was a very, very needed getaway for this pup, and I had a really good time. It was very, well, as you know, it was a lot of work, very exhausting, but very, very good. Saw a lot of furs that I hadn't seen in a while, had a story time panel, had a Weird Al panel that I thought went really, really well, which, by the way, any fur that wants to see the story time and me sing Weird Al really horribly, that'll be on my YouTube. Actually, by the time this show is I was probably on my YouTube by now. And we helped host the Good Furry Awards, and we ran around and did the fluff, and I barked at things, and it was a really, really good time. How was it for you, Barely?
It was good. I had a good time. It was good to see a lot of people, a lot of furs there. It was nice to see. Although I do know that disease rate is climbing, for this one. I'm noticing on Telegram that a lot of people are posting their positive COVID tests.
Is that in the BLFC chat? I hadn't seen
in the
that.
BLFC chat and on the Telegram or on the Twitter feed and stuff like that. So I tested negative. Yay. I think you tested negative. Yay. Rayne, you tested negative, didn't you?
I did.
Yes. Good. For those of you that aren't paying attention, Rayne is with us today.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I don't know why I'm waving. You can't see me.
But you can't see him. But yeah, he was nodding his head, saying without making any noise. I think he's used to just sitting in the background to listen to things. And
I am, and I'm also tired, Raccoon, because we stayed an extra day past you, and so I'm still recovering from the extra day of fun.
But and
I noticed that Taebyn's getting his voice back too.
Yes,
just barely. It's getting better now. Earlier today,
yeah,
when I was in my sleepy box and just waking up with yawn stretchy pauses, it was kind of bad. But it's a little better now. And a notable thing that I know we all noticed this notable thing about BLFC this year was that when was the dance comp?
1 p.m. on Sunday.
It was on 1 p.m. on Sunday. And what was it the night before?
The Dance Till Dawn, which made no sense to put those back to back like that.
We didn't. So we did not make it to this pup. This is probably the first time I was thinking about this. This, I think, was the first con ever that this pup has been to that I have not made the dance comp. I mean, ever since my very first con, I've been making the dance comp, and this was the very first one.
Well, and they also had very few participants. Maybe that's why they did it in the afternoon, because they didn't think it would have a big enough draw. I don't know. They only had like 12 participants.
14, I think. Yeah. Well,
14,
and I guess there were scheduling issues, but still, like, dance comp should like overturn.
Yeah, that should be the
primary.
You have certain events that take place on the main stage at certain times, and dance comp should be one of them at like in the evening. Yeah, dance comp, entertainment. Taebyn
sings Weird Al.
Whatever.
Pineapple Fluff.
Pineapple Fluff should take place on the main stage. Taebyn sings Weird Al on the main stage.
Taebyn sings Weird Al should definitely be a main stage.
Yes.
Stage event on Saturday evening, definitely.
I have to tell you though, if you got main stage and Cassidy did not,
fur flying.
There would be biting fluffs. There'd
be lots of fur flying. There was lots of fur flying with Cassidy as it was. I mean, oh my goodness, yeah, she was not a happy fur.
No. So, Rayne, how was BLFC for you?
It was great. I ran audio for all of the panels that we did. So that was fun.
Thank you for that.
Yes, of course. And then I went to Dances with You. Me and Orville went to Dances with You every night and danced like crazy furs. And had lots of Fat Tuesdays, lots of adult beverages and stuff along the way. And it was a lot of fun. Got to hug a lot of furs.
And did you use your brood before?
I did. And you know what? It actually does work. I did not wake up with sicky feelings or bad headaches or anything like that.
Right. And Taebyn, did you use your brood as well?
I did use my brood. It was very vitamin-tastic and helped this pup fill up to the stuff and the moo.
Yeah. Right. And of course, our listeners can get 25% off of their purchase of Brood tablets by going to brood.co. That's broad.co. There's no M, and enter BFFT at checkout, and you can get 25% off your entire purchase through the end of July. So if you're listening in, remember this special deal only lasts till the end of July. So make sure that you get there, get your Brood, and get your party on. I'll tell you what, we gave out a lot of samples of Brood, and a lot of furs actually came up to us after various dances and stuff and said that was the best thing they ever did. They didn't wake up hungover or nothing like that. So go for it, folks. Get that Brood.
Perfect timing,
get it.
We've got
Get
Pride,
it while it's fluff.
We've got Juneteenth. Then we got the 4th of July.
Oh,
so
yeah.
There's lots of parties coming up. Get your Brood now.
Lots of parties. Yeah, get your Brood. Get your Brood.
Insert Dancy's GIF here.
This is an audio podcast. GIFs don't work on audio podcasts, Taebyn.
Oh, okay. That's why I had to say insert gift here. Oh my!
The musica. So overall, would you agree that the BLFC was a good con? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, I thought this was. BLFC last year was great, but this year I was thinking about this. I think BLFC this year for me was better than last year. Even it's really good. Loved it.
Oh, well, it was only 6 months ago, so
I know.
it's fresh in your memory.
It's true. Maybe I don't actually.
I think this one was
remember
better for me too. I had a lot more fun this year than last.
Nice.
I think that was
Nice.
because we were all just hanging out like all the time. So
we
Yes,
were.
that was
You
very
had to
fun.
deal with
Yep.
this. Did you fall down because that meant you were with this pup like a lot of the time, and maybe you should retract that statement?
I did not fall down. I
Good.
had a good time hanging out with the pup.
Orville fell down a few times.
Orville fell down,
Orville
yes,
fell down.
a couple times.
Orville fell down a few times. Good old Orville.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
my
not a
God.
party until Orville falls down.
That's true.
I've
Once-
just decided that. Yeah,
Once Orville falls down, it's like, okay, bring out the strobe
Okay.
lights and stuff.
the party's ready to go.
Party
Yay.
has started.
Well, Rayne, you're welcome to stick around if you want. Do you have anything else to say about BLFC? Or you can sign off if you want. Up to you.
Or you can hang out through the whole pupisode.
It was fun, and maybe I'll just hang out. But yeah, BLFC was great as always. The GSR really makes you feel welcome. All the staff there is
Yes.
really kind. Even the normies seem to be happy to have us there. I got so many
time.
requests for pictures from normies, and yeah, it was so much fun.
Except
Shut
for
up, but
one
that's
woman
a
in
good-
the elevator.
Oh well, there's always one.
Oh, she was a Karen.
Yeah.
She was a Karen to the nth degree. Oh, man.
my.
She was not happy about the
Wait,
furries
was I
or
there?
the crowds. No, you were not. But she was in there. She had her husband and her son with her, and she's just yelling at him. We're never staying here again. This is the worst thing they could do.
Oh.
How dare they have a huge event at a casino
At
and
a
we're trying to have
huge
our
hotel
vacation.
casino.
And I'm thinking, you're at a destination resort, for criminy sakes.
Yeah,
What do you
they have a
expect? Yeah.
convention center there. How dare they
There's
have
There's
a
more
There's
than
a
one
very
happening
huge
at
one.
the same time.
Yeah. I have a huge convention center there. So maybe ask if there's something going on when you book going in there if you don't want to be part of whatever's going on.
Maybe.
Oh, I do
I
have
don't
to-
know, but that would make sense, though.
I do have to say, after us, they started advertising for the Arizona Coyotes hockey team.
Oh, really?
And yeah,
Oh, yeah.
their mascot is very furry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
It's
a very nice
I
logo.
want to say in
Nice.
October there was some sports thing coming in right after us also last 2021. I remember
Oh,
that.
that's right.
So,
I remember this. I don't remember what.
yeah, I
what it
mean
was.
we weren't quite out of there yet, and they were already taking down
Yep.
furry stuff and putting up sports ball things.
They
Sports
came
ball
in, like,
things were
right
going on the
away.
walls. Yes. Yeah.
But I do have to say, that's a good
Yeah.
point. Shout out to GSR staff. You're most likely not listening to this, but shout out to GSR. You were very good
yeah.
for us, like always. Thank you so much
Yep.
for taking care of us. We really, really
Thank you. That's
appreciate
a
it.
great place. Yep.
And we can't wait to see you, hotel staff GSR, next year.
Taebyn, I see in the notes that your word is there.
My
I don't know what that means. Yeah.
My word is this. I wanted to do 5 quick puns.
Okay, go for it.
So the doctor said I got a peekaboo virus. They sent me straight to the ICU. What did 20 do when he was hungry? 28. It turns out a dance for hamburgers is called a meatball. What starts with W and ends with a T? It really does. I swear it does. The Beastie Boys are releasing a 5-part anthology. Parts A through D are free, but you have to fight for your right to Part E. And there it is.
Wow.
That's right. That's right.
And thank you, Rayne, for that musical interlude.
Of course.
So let's get to the past today. Now, Taebyn, a couple of weeks ago, you talked about a show called Kath and Kim.
Oh, yes.
It's a British show on Netflix. I don't even know how to describe it. It's good but bad, I guess.
More
I don't know.
bad, I think.
More bad. But they've got 9 seasons and 2 feature-length movies.
They do.
So
How do they even have that?
I don't know, but they have 2 feature-length movies, 2-hour movies, and they're very popular
And they're
wherever
popular.
they are.
Like people
Yeah,
just
not
take
here.
them and throw it in the burning trash. Is there popular?
I don't know. Yeah. And then you said there was a show called Bruise Boys, but it's actually the Bruise Brothers.
Oh, yes, it is. I'm silly.
Yeah, about two guys that make beer in I think it's Boston or something. I don't know, but
no, because
oh,
it's like I forget the exact. It's like there's California, and the brother was kicked out of Portland Brewer, like all of Portland, because he was such a snob and everything. And then there's remember we've talked about OSU before. He got his diploma from OSU for brew making. Actually, and you see there's in one of the episodes you see his diploma from OSU, so that was kind of interesting.
Oh wow, there you go.
So
that's
what
like college
do you think
in
of the
Corvallis,
show?
Right? I watched it a couple times. I thought it was pretty good. I just never picked up and continued watching for whatever reason. It's on my list of things to watch now. So
okay, so it wasn't. It's one of those. It wasn't like horrible, but it wasn't the best. It's right there.
Yeah. And then I couldn't find. You also talked about a show called Halt and Catch Fire.
I did.
I couldn't find it, so I don't know whether that's the wrong name or it's just something that only
I think
on
that's
your
the right
feed
name
because you're.
I've heard of
Taebyn.
it before.
Maybe I do get things wrong sometimes because. Oh, you have.
Okay. All right.
I think I think it's Netflix, but I could be wrong.
But that's all I have for the past today because I'm still trying to catch up on the future from the past in the present.
Oh my cow. No, that's so very, very true.
How about you?
Hi. I'm okay. Hi. How about you?
I'm just Ducky, quack, quack.
So I have two past todays. The first is in this season, episode 6. I talked about how I started Yellowstone, and I forgot to say at the time that I saw in the credits, Gil Birmingham plays Thomas Rainwater. And the only reason I bring that up is because it's fun to say. Try it. Gil Birmingham plays Thomas Rainwater.
Gil Birmingham plays Thomas Rainwater.
Rayne, you try it.
Gil Birmingham plays Thomas Rainwater. Okay, it's kind of fun.
Yeah. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of like, okay, Taebyn,
sure,
go take your broad.
It kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit. Yeah. Take some broad and have some podcast fluid because you're clearly not loose enough.
Not making any more sense. And the second of which was, do you remember that at one point, probably a month ago, I started singing Weird Al's Taco Grande out of nowhere.
Yes.
And then each episode, I've sung another verse. Well, now it's time for me to finish the song.
I thought he'd forgotten.
I also remember you promised viewers that if they came to BLFC, they'd hear you sing that song, and you didn't sing it.
You didn't.
That's not what happened.
Oh, are you sure? I think I remember that.
I am sure. I know what you're referring to, and that's not what happened.
Oh, okay.
You said a thing, and anyway, it doesn't matter. That's not what happened. I didn't promise that.
Oh,
I wouldn't do
okay.
That.
So you're going to finish the song then?
Yes.
Go for it.
So I sung the first 2 verses in the previous few episodes for that didn't know or isn't caught up. So now I'm going to sing. There's this like Spanish, and of course this isn't to music, so it's going to be extremely stupid. But there's this little Spanish part. And I'm going to try that. It's like the bridge. And then I'm going to sing verse 3, which is the end. So I'm going to do that now. So here it goes.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. It's starting with a whole taco. Do, 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 do. My voice isn't great. Grande. That's not part of the song. I just said that. Do, 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 do. Taco. Do, do. Okay, grande. And then here's a little bridge thingy where it does this. Buenos nachos, señor. Bienvenido a la casa de salsa. Tenemos muchos platos muy sabrosos. Si puedo recomendar el al dente pollo and fry muy dul. We need to have Paco Panda listen to this and see what he thinks. Sus ojos. The ojos, that doesn't even make sense. Su mar en su estómago. Estará en fuego. Su corndar. I don't even pronounce that word right. And el baño por una maña antes la caer del grindo estúpido tonto. Well, the food is coming, I can hardly wait. Now watch your fingers, careful hot plate. What do you think you're doing with a chili con queso? Well, if you want some, just say so. Oh boy, pico de gallo. They sure don't make them like this in Ohio. No gracias, yo Hero jalapenos, not a must. You can take away the hot sauce. Donde están los nachos? Holy for holy. You better get me a bowl of guacamole. Y usted, Eugene, wifey, turning green. Don't you like a bit of bean? You want some more cinnamon crispas? If you don't have hasta la visa, if you can just take the rest home in a doggy bag if you want it, you can finish it manana. Well, it's been a pleasure. I can eat no more. Señor La Quinta, por favor, if you ain't never tried real Mexican cooking, well, you oughta. Just don't drink the water. Taco. Ronde. Taco, Paco, Ronde. Okay, that's done. Bye-bye. It's done.
It's done. You have finished it. Hurrah.
I finished the song. It only took it literally took a month, but I finished the song.
Yes.
And that's it for my past today.
That's it for your past today. All right. Well, we're going to get to your hometown. And I have to say, our media person, Ziggy, has got to live in the strangest town in the world.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he posts all this weird stuff. And today he posted a picture, and I'm going to describe the picture. So it's got a window in a house. And in the window is a pair of socks hanging down there, which is on brand for us. Yay, socks. Some vitamins, a two-way radio, and another little box of something.
What the hell?
And whatever, I don't know. So he says, weird things from my town. It's called an informal market.
And by the way, the sock is, explain the place. The sock isn't just hanging over one of the boxes. Explain the placement of the sock. This is really notable.
Oh, it is hanging in the center of the window.
It's like clipped
it's
to
like
the
right there.
window thingy that goes up and down.
To the window. Yeah, it's like, here's your socks. And so basically, if you want to sell things in his town, you just display them in the window. And if you want to go buy one of them, you knock on the door and say, hey, I'm interested in your socks. And I guess they sell them to you.
This town is very interesting.
Very interesting. That's Chile. He lives down there in Chile. So, you just put it in the window, like perfume, tech, cigarettes, booze. Put it in your window and you'll sell it. Because if anybody wants... So the taxes don't come into play because if the authorities come and say, oh, are you selling stuff? No, I just put it in my window.
I just have a decoration. See, there's a sock.
Yeah. It's like, but if everybody does that, then everybody should know. I don't know. It's just very strange. That's just a weird thing from a town.
It's really cute. They've had a lot of interesting things going on along in that town.
Now, the hometown that, so for those listeners that don't know, Rayne and I live in the same town in Oregon.
We do.
And I have not seen this for a while, but there is a Barbie station wagon running around Salem somewhere.
A Barbie station wagon?
A Barbie station wagon. And this person, I have to find it, and I will post pictures of it when I find it. But this person has glued Barbies to their station wagon, Barbie dolls.
Oh, they didn't just like paint Barbie around. It's like actual Barbies. They
literally glued
what's going
thousands
on with
of Barbie dolls on their car. And
they're like all over?
Yes.
That's adorable. So, is there a Ken or is it all like Malibu Barbie and Guanta Fila Barbie?
I haven't gotten close enough to look at it. I'm afraid if I get too close... People, they might, the person might go, hey, do you like Barbie? No, I don't.
No, bye. No, can't do it.
Bye, yeah. So stay tuned. I'm sure that I will see the Barbie car out shortly because it is summertime and it just turns up in the weirdest places. Usually outside of a...
Let's have a guy that drives a hearse.
Yeah.
That says, you're next on the back window. He lives like about 4 or 5 blocks from my house.
Aha.
Maybe.
That's not the first hearse in town, though. There's several of them like that. I've seen one. There's one that lives on 17th Street. I've seen it.
His, though, has the ominous, like, kind of blood-spattered words that say, you're next on the back.
That's interesting. So maybe he and the Barbie guy should get together and they should, like, drive around town or something together. Go to the party at the local gay bar. I don't know.
The one gay bar in town.
Yes.
Local equals one. Yes.
That kind of reminds me of the movie Phantasm. Have you guys ever seen that movie Phantasm?
Isn't that the one with like the silver ball on the front or something?
Yes, with Angus Scrimm as the tall man.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the thing.
He is terrifying.
Is it?
Boy.
Yes.
I would
With
really,
his long arms.
we should have a movie viewing night where we record our reactions to that movie for a podcast.
Oh, yes.
That would be fun.
But I think Taebyn would have his pausies over his eyes the entire movie.
Maybe under the
might.
couch with pausey sticking out.
Because, yeah, it starts out scary and just keeps going.
Oh my God.
Well, I would say it starts out cheesy and keeps getting cheesier. It's really
it
not
was
that
scary at the time.
It was scary. Well, when you
I was
did
a
it
kid
come
when
out?
that movie came out. It terrified me.
What year
Well-
did it come out?
Hold on.
80 something. Yeah, we should have a viewing party and view that movie and record our reactions to it on a podcast. That'd be kind of fun to do.
1979.
1979.
Old
Wow.
school.
Yeah, so I was a little kid.
I was. Wow, I didn't realize you were younger than me, Rayne. Well, I feel really old now. Okay.
I feel really old now that you thought I was older than you.
Well,
Yes.
I thought you were the same age. I thought you and I were the same age, but clearly we are not.
I will be 50 in November.
Oh, yeah, you're 10 years younger than me. Wow.
Oh my
Okay.
cow. I wasn't even
Oh
born
my.
yet.
No, you're only
Like
4.
it was like how 20
4-year-old
million
puppy.
He's only a
years before
4-year
I was-
puppy.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so mailbag.
Hi.
Hi there. I forgot about this. I want to put it in the mailbag because it's something that's there. If furs are not aware, there's a website. Stop laughing at me, Taebyn. There's a website called furtrack.com. Have you heard of this? I'm sure you have.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I forgot about it until they popped up again on the BLFC chat. It's a place to post all your pictures from cons all around the world. And so I posted a bunch of pictures of you and stuff like that just today, actually.
Oh, yeah. I saw those. Thank you very much for
Well, you're quite welcome.
providing my postings.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for, I don't know.
For
But
posting
the
you're providing.
pictures you picked out were very good. You have a very keen eye, as you know, but yeah, they were very good.
Just the one of them.
I have a keen eye. I've got a keen eye for art. Just the one on. The other one just runs amok. I don't know what to do with it. It's just like it
How'd you
pops
lose
out of
your
the
eye?
socket and
Shark
runs
attack.
around. I don't know. That's right. Yarr.
Oh my cow.
Okay. What do you have for us now, Taebyn?
I have a thing.
Well, we all have a thing. What's your thing?
My thing is I have a riddle. So there is a
Yes.
very poor, quaint little town where
Uh-huh.
everyone is in huge debt with someone, just out there, someone, and they have no money to pay for it.
Okay.
And in this town, there's a hotel, which is hardly
Okay.
seeing any business at all. And in fact, it's going to soon be shut down. So it's a very, very poor town. One
Aw.
day, a very wealthy American guest shows up and he wants to spend the night there in the hotel. However, before he confirms that he'll stay there, he asks for a tour of the hotel. The receptionist
Fair
asks
enough.
for a security deposit, which, by the way, like if they're so hurting for money, don't like to say, oh, well, now you have to have a security deposit. Like, just don't. Anyway, so the receptionist asks for a security deposit, which the American can take back in case he doesn't like the room. So the guest says, okay, sure. It turns out, by a matter of luck, that this is exactly the exact amount that the hotel owed to the chef of the hotel as salary for 3 months, which they haven't been able to pay him. So they took that money,
Okay.
gave it to the chef. The chef saw
Okay.
that this was the exact amount of cash he owed for the grocer for groceries, for months of groceries that he hasn't been able to pay for. So he paid the grocer.
Okay.
The grocer realized it was the exact amount he owed the doctor for treating his wife's arthritis. So apparently his wife has arthritis for her. But okay, so he paid the doctor for all the months that he hasn't been able to pay that for.
Mm-hmm.
Then the doctor, who was actually new to the town, who had been staying at aforementioned hotel, had been staying in that hotel for a few days before while he was trying to find a house to rent. And of course, he too was too poor and couldn't pay the hotel at that time. So that money then went to the hotel to be paid. Now the hotel had got the exact amount that it paid its chef. So the guest finished the tour of the rooms, and it turns out that he doesn't like it. He takes back his security deposit from the hotel and he leaves, never to be seen again. So everyone's debt has been paid, but nothing is different than before. No one has earned anything, but now everyone is happy. Did the debt really exist at all?
Yes.
I'm going to say yes also.
I don't know if there's a correct answer. That's just like the whole question.
Answer?
So
okay.
I don't know the answer. So we'll just say yes since that's the consensus.
Well, sure, because just because somebody, as the money transfers from one to the other, the debt is erased.
The debt is, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Just because at the end it goes back to the person that started it, it still was erased because I had it in my possession. It's kind of like gambling. It's kind of like when you put a $100 bill into a slot machine. I have now paid slot machine $100. If I, lose it down to 20 and then I win 500, have I really won 400 or have I won 500? And then if I give it back again, did I really lose it or did I only lose $100 if I lost the 500 after I won back 500?
I have no idea.
See? So, how much did you actually lose? Well, I only lost 100. Although I played $500 worth of stuff, I only lost $100 to my brain.
The net gain or loss, or whichever it was.
That's right.
Net.
The net gain or loss.
Like when you're fishing.
Yes.
And you get a fish in your net and then you throw it back and then you have an empty net. Was there ever a fish to exist? We will never know.
We'll never know.
Ever existed.
Schrodinger's fish.
But if the fish is wearing a sock. Yes, Schrodinger's fish. If the fish is wearing a sock and then when you catch it, the fish gives the sock to the wallaby, then you throw the fish away, then all of a sudden, there is magically a wallaby and a sock in your boat, and you know that there is something crazy in the universe besides me. So I'm going to stop talking about that right now.
Besides a fish wearing a sock. The first time that I ever visualized a fish wearing a sock.
Glad I could.
And that sock is
so
going to
wet.
stink.
Poor wallaby.
So bad. A wet, stinky sock on the wallaby. It's just terrible. All right. Well,
how did that even? Wow, what even happened just now?
Where did that pathway go? So now I'm going to get to That's Just Stupid.
Are you stupid or something?
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
I thought this segment would not last this long, but it really has. So
there's always stupid.
There's always stupid. So let's get to That's Just Stupid. IKEA, that Swedish furniture retailer known for their flat pack furniture, etc. Well, they would like you to consider their line names as baby names. Who wouldn't want to go to school with a Malm or a Kavik or perhaps a Trotten? I don't know whether the names will come with assembly pictures or not, but that's what they're doing. They're going to have a baby name section at most of their stores now. You can pick out a name from all of the various places and things that they have for their product line.
I have some Calyx shelves here.
I don't know.
Calyx sounds like a great name for a kid.
Yeah.
But I'm gay, so I wouldn't know, really.
Yes, colic. Hello. I wouldn't know.
And a colic is a really good thing for a mom because then she can brush her hair to get rid of that colic.
That colic, yes. So during a court proceeding in Albany, New York, an altercation broke out. Go figure. Criminals having an altercation break out. And some lady in the audience, or the gallery, I guess they call it in the courtroom, for some reason had a box full of cockroaches. I don't know whether she was there for a trial or whatever, but during the altercation, she released the cockroaches. Release the cockroaches!
Running of the cockroaches?
The running of the cockroaches, yes. So I don't know whether they were there for on trial or whatever, but they released all these cockroaches and they had to shut down the whole courtroom and fumigate to get rid of the hundreds of cockroaches that she literally released in the courtroom. It's just very strange. And remember that show Bewitched with Sam and Darren. There was a statue erected in Salem, Massachusetts. You know, that city famous for putting thousands of witches on trial. Why they put a statue of Bewitched in their town square, I have no idea. But anyway, some homeless guy wanted to go back to jail, so he covered the statue with red paint. I don't know if he was just like crazy, but he was reported to be humming "I've Got You Under My Spell" as he was arrested. So, you know, he might be a little bit on the witchy side. Who knows?
Wow.
And finally, are you familiar with OnlyFans, Taebyn?
I've heard of this thing.
It's not the website dedicated to spinning blades to cool you down. It's a whole other thing.
Oh, it's not that thing Star was talking about?
No, it's different.
Oh,
it's different.
oh.
This is about...
I think I've heard of this site.
Yes. So there's a group of female models that are starting in OnlyFans farming. And they're going to show all these models milking cows, shoveling cow poo, etc., etc. And I guess it just goes to show that being a model can be dirty sometimes. And that is this week's installment of That's Just Stupid.
I can't. I just can't.
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
It just goes to show there's a niche for everything, and everything has its niche. That's all I have to say.
Especially when I have pepper, then my nose has a niche.
All right, let's get to media, shall we?
Hold that thought. I have to refresh pod fluid. So
All right, I'm
talk
gonna push
amongst
pause.
yourselves.
Okay, we'll just talk amongst ourselves. How's that? Hi, Rayne.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Hey, you know, Rayne and I, if anybody wants to know, Rayne and I are on the Salem, Oregon Capital Pride Board.
Yes.
And coming up in July, we are hosting a motorcycle poker run. So if you are in the Salem area and you would like to, and you ride motorcycles, because if you're not a motorcycle rider, this really has no bearing on
Yes,
you
you do
whatsoever.
have to have a motorcycle to be in the motorcycle poker run.
Yes, you do. So hosting on July 30th, step up, come on up to Salem, meet at the Speakeasy at, I'm going to guess right now, 10 a.m. First group will leave out at 10 a.m. And at the end of the evening, we will have a drag show and prize awardation. Awardation, is that a word?
Sure. I mean,
Sure,
if
why
Taebyn can
not?
make up words,
Yeah.
so can you. We'll put
Yes,
it in flupsters.
Absolutely. Awardation. Awardination? I don't know. But, and not to be confused with the other Pride Fest that's going on in Salem. We are the official Salem Pride Board.
Yes. But we will be at
other one that's
the board. Two of our board members will be at the other Pride this Saturday, manning a booth. So,
okay. Well, there you
for
go.
us, so that we can
For
get out
us,
the word.
yes.
It's very
Yes.
weird and convoluted. We're trying to bring them all together into one
It's
cohesive group so that we can quit confusing
cohesive.
people.
Yes, because that's going to confuse people a lot.
Yes,
That's really. And Taebyn knows all about cohesive, just so you know. He knows that word.
he knows cohesive. Yes,
He knows
that's where
cohesive.
I learned the word from.
Yes.
I learned it from listening
good.
to Taebyn.
Yes, putting the lid on things. It has to be cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come back and he's going to listen to this and chuckle because he's not going to hear this until it actually comes out, which is really kind of funny. So we could talk all about him. He's a cute little pup.
Yes,
And,
he is.
Yeah.
Yes, and he is a very dancy pup. He tried to get me to go up on stage with him at BLFC every single night, and I told him no. I got stage fright. I can dance
Says
on
the
the
man
floor.
who's a DJ.
Yes, but
You're
I
a
can dance on the
DJ.
floor. I know, but I don't like being up on stage dancing.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm self-conscious about my dancing. I can dance on the floor where it's dark and nobody can see me.
have you seen Taebyn dance?
Yes,
Yes.
but he can pull it off.
Okay. That's true. That's very, very true.
Taebyn's got the cute puppy face. Nobody's
does.
paying attention to what he's
He's-
doing. They're just looking at the cute puppy face.
That's true. Oh my goodness. I feel like I should tell a joke or something, but I want to save my jokes for later.
Oh, let me
But-
see if I've got any jokes.
I don't know. Have you got any jokes?
I might.
People are bored. They're like, "What the hell are you guys talking about? Why are you guys talking?"
Oh, there's
What are you
Taebyn.
talking
Taebyn's
about?
back. You saved us.
Thank God Taebyn's back. Thank God he's back. You
Oh
almost
my
caused us to do stupid things.
I was
Okay,
about to
well,
tell
Almost.
jokes.
On jokes and stupid things on this show. What the cow?
What? Right? Yeah. Okay, so let's get to media, shall we? So I finished watching Yellowstone.
Oh,
Yellowstone. I finished. I'm on the last season that they published. I finished. There's another season coming out, but
so
it hasn't
this
come
was
out yet.
season 4 is the last one that's
Season
actually
4.
out? Okay.
Yes. It is so good. But I have to ask you, Taebyn, have you figured out about the train station yet?
I did. I remembered the train station. Yes, I remember that now.
Okay.
I was very
So
confused when you said. I know it's not like an actual, because when you said that before, I'm like, train station. I don't like. Do they fight in this train station? And there's like bellboy that gets shot or something. But no, it's no. I know. I got it now. I got it.
Yeah. So you do not want to ride to the train station, I'm guessing.
No.
Okay, good. Because Taebyn would not be with us if we give him a ride to the train station. So I also watched a few more episodes of Strange New Worlds, which is the new Star Trek
how's that going?
Series on Paramount. It's really good. The nice thing about this new series is it's episodic, much like the original Star Trek. So they're for lack of a better term, they're bottle episodes. There's no overarching storyline.
It's just
each
self-contained.
Self-contained, yeah. And the last one they just aired is very, very cheesy. I think they were just trying to be having fun with it, and it's so cheesy, but it's fun to watch. Yeah,
Is it like one of those cheesy that like you have to really be a Trekkie to really understand the cheese?
No, it's all new cheese.
It's all new.
So,
okay.
It's all new cheese. Yeah, but it's very cheesy.
I'll have to check this out. Yeah.
Yeah, I also started watching the new Star Wars series on Disney Plus, which is the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, starring Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. They're both reprising their roles as Obi-Wan Kenobi and
Luke.
Anakin. Yeah,
Anakin,
no,
I mean,
that's not Luke.
It's Anakin.
Yes.
Oh my cow! I
Darth
am
Vader.
horrible.
Yes, Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker.
It's just unabashedly, yes, Taebyn, you are horrible.
Yes, unabashedly, you are just terrible.
Terrible.
It's a good show. I have to say, they're taking some liberties with the Star Wars canon, but it all remains to be seen. They're taking a lot of liberties with Star Wars canon with a lot of the things at this point.
Taking the liberties with the Star Wars canon, does that mean they're leaving the Pokeball canon alone?
Yes, they are leaving the Pokeball
maybe
canon
in D
alone.
minor is
Yes.
no more. I don't know.
No more. Yeah, it's terrible. I also started the show Moon Knight on Disney Plus. Also,
what's that about?
It's a Marvel character, Moon Knight. It's a very good thing. It's along the line of a evil being takes possession of a human. So it's kind of along the line of like Venom. If you know what the Venom series is like, Moon Knight is along the same line, except he's an ancient Egyptian god that takes possession of this guy's soul and person body. Yeah, so there you go. And I mentioned this several weeks ago, but I am watching American Gods on Stars, written and directed by Neil Gaiman, and it's a very good series.
Very good. Okay,
it's really good. It's really good. I read the book, and the series is pretty close to the book, but they took a lot of liberties with where it takes place as opposed to how it takes place. So the how is the same, but the where is different. In the book, 90% of it takes place in the wintertime. In the series, it takes place in the summertime. I'm not sure that makes a difference, except that in the book, they talk a lot about snow and ice and all the other kind of stuff. And they don't in the series. So, because it's summertime,
Because it's summertime.
There you go. And that's all the stuff I've been watching, except for, of course, at BLFC, I watched several episodes of I did not go to the Food Network this year. I went to the Comedy
didn't?
Network because it had South Park on all the time.
There was South Park all the time. I was thinking I did not
Yeah.
watch like really any Food Network, which is I think a first for us at a con.
It's all right. We watched Food Network in our room.
I
It
did
is,
watch
well,
a
because
lot of
South Park was on.
Yep, I watched
Yeah,
South Park.
I mean,
so
South
yeah.
Park was on. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice.
Well, it was all about Bobby Flay, and I can't stand Bobby Flay. All the shows that were on were Bobby Flay, so I was like, nah.
Yeah, we just like to watch him get beat.
I'd love to see him get beat with a stick. Is what I would love to see.
That's what they say. That's what they say on the show is that beat Bobby Flay, and
nobody ever beats him.
Nobody ever beat him.
Yeah, nobody.
It was some people outcooked him.
Yes.
And won that episode, but they did not get to beat him.
I know.
They don't really get to beat him because really no one cares all.
Yes.
my
Taebyn, what
cow.
have you been watching or reading
Hi.
or?
Well,
stuffing?
speaking of Star Trek, I was watching one of the old school Star Trek episodes the other day, and Bones was talking to Kirk, and he was talking about how he amputated a man's toe and replaced it with a prosthetic one made out of a breath mint, and so he gave him a tic-tac-toe.
Really?
Oh,
Really?
God. No.
Really?
But what I've really been watching,
Yes. What have you really been watching?
I've been watching. So I finished Q-Force for lunchies.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's season 1. I hope they have a season 2. It's really good. Then we've been watching the next episodes of Young Sheldon, trying to stay up with that. So we started season 7 of The Goldbergs, which is exciting. I know you're done with Goldbergs, I think, right? There's 9 seasons?
There is 9 seasons, and there will be no more.
And there will be no more. So we're on, I think, halfway through season 7, or maybe a third of the way through season 7. Anyway, we're in season 7. Been continuing watching Yellowstone. We're in season 2. I think we've seen like 5 or 6 episodes. And we watched a movie. So, have you heard of the movie called Carol? Like the name Carol, not
no.
Okay.
I have
Rayne,
not.
have you heard of the movie called Carol?
I have not.
So this is a movie that has Cate Blanchett in it. If you don't know her, she's someone you would, she's one of the, I know her, yeah. Someone you would recognize.
Didn't she play as Cate Blanchett? Didn't she play on the movie about the ship that sank? Titanic?
She might
Is
have.
that Cate Blanchett?
I think she did, yeah. She's been in a bunch of things. I think Titanic. So this is a 2-hour-long movie, and we made it a half hour, and we're like, we're done. It was very slow and boring, extremely slow and boring. And there's a lesbian vibe in it, and this is a show that 70-year-old lesbians would like, though. But we did not.
70-year-old lesbians.
Yes.
Are there 70-year-old lesbians out there?
There are.
I don't know.
there
There's
are,
60-year-old
they
gay
would
men,
like
so
the
I
show.
guess there would be. Yeah.
I've met some.
Yes.
So
Okay.
So
right.
this is something that would put my honey to sleep at an early hour, so we stopped. Anyway, I do not recommend watching this show unless you are a 70-year-old lesbian. How's that? And that is my
It's the 70-year-old lesbian show. That's it. Okay, well, there you go. All righty. Well, let's get to that section that everybody loves to wait for and can't wait for you to be done with it. Let's get to furries in the news.
It's been a few weeks, see if I even remember how to do this.
I know. How do you do it?
Okay, so how about this? Barely and Rayne at the same time. Tell us what time it is for.
It's
time
for
furries
in the news.
The timing on that was excellent. My voice is gone bye-bye. 'Cause BLFC, I barked a lot. And so to every fur I say hi. Because there are furries. There are furries. There are furries, I say furries. I really loved Rayne and Barely's timing on that. That was amazing. They are also in the Timing in the bark. Oh my cow! Can you, Barely and Rayne? Can you hear? Are you okay?
What?
What? I'm sorry. What? Did you say something?
I have no idea.
Okay, but thanks for asking.
Ah, thanks.
All right. So, furries in the news. So, I'm going to guess that a lot of people have on their wrist right now a smartwatch, like an Apple Watch or a Google Watch or a smartwatch or an iWatch, you watch, we all watch together. But did you know that your heart rate monitor on those watches was developed by a furry?
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. It's so amazing. So, this individual who you may know as Spoticus is a big developer. He's quite the inventor, and he's a doctor, Dr. David Beneron. He's an inventor, and his team at Stanford laid the groundwork for the optical heart rate monitor, the green light monitor on
he's been
smartwatch.
around.
He's been around. Now, I'm going to say something right now that you're not going to believe. So, sitting with me here right now at my house, yes, right now at this moment, is Bixby. He's back in the corner there.
Oh,
he's staying off camera because I don't want to see anybody. But he's met Spoticus at various houses down in California.
Him and then he cussed at him?
He spotted him and he tested him. Yes. I don't know whether he tested him or not, but I'm looking over at him. He's like, what? No, stop saying my name. But he had no idea that this was the same person that did this, that invented this thing. So that's kind of cool.
Did he talk to him at a con or something? Was he in fursuit or something?
No, he talked to him at his friend's house.
Oh, really?
At Amenophis's.
Yeah, I know Amenophis, the French.
You know Amenophis.
I do. Wow, that's...
Yeah, well, Amenophis knows this guy.
Wow.
Dr. Dave. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's all interconnected. It's the 7 degrees of Amenophis.
Kevin Fluff.
Kevin Amenophis. What's his? I can't even pronounce it. What's his name? Amenophis. Normally, Taebyn is the one that can't pronounce things, but me today pronouncing badly, and English speaking well too.
Pronouncing badly, you are, and English speaking well, you are in not.
Not indeed. And that's it for Furries in the News, unless you have something, Taebyn.
I don't, but I mean, I think it's really cool that, and you can go online. He has this really, really awesome, I think is it a cheetah or lion? It's a cheetah, fursuit.
It's a cheetah.
Persona.
Yes.
And he apparently goes to lots of fur cons and stuff, and it's very, very cool. And so thank yous to Ziggy and TikTok, both. They independently gave us this information about this very, very cool stuff.
They did indeed. And that brings us to upcoming events. Now, we have 3 coming up in the next several weeks. We have PortCon Maine 2022.
Say hi to Bixby for me.
Okay. Taebyn says hi. Hi. He says hi back. Okay. So we have PortCon Maine coming up June 23rd through the 26th at the Doubletree Hilton Hotel in Portland, Maine, in South Portland, Maine. Yes. So it's not in... What was that? What was that?
I think the pup sprung a leak.
He sprang a leak. He's just leaking air. Yes. It's terrible.
Hi, Bixby.
Okay.
Rayne says hi.
I'm going away now.
Okay. Poor Taebyn. Taebyn has lost it. Coming up the weekend after that, June 30th through July 3rd, is Anthrocon. That is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center.
Pennsylvania.
If you happen to be in South Africa, please go to the South Afrifur, July 8th through the 11th, at the Velverde Eco Hotel in Mulders Drift, Lanzaria, South Africa.
Bah.
I didn't have to speak German this week. I'm so excited.
Yeah, yes, true. It's done. Aren't we glad that con actually got done so that you don't have to speak German this week?
I don't have to speak German anymore. Well, at least until next year when the con comes up on the schedule again.
It's true.
And places like that. Okay. Taebyn.
Hi.
Do you have a story for us this week?
I do.
And what story is it?
Well, so it's a story. Yeah, any further listen, this would have been a few weeks ago. I was supposed to do a story, but things were going so long. And I said I'd have a little bit longer of a story, and so we didn't. So I put it off till now. And this is a story. Credit to Buko Clyde, actually, for bringing this, giving me this story to read on the show. And it's a nice story about, I'll read it, but it's a story about a fox that learns, not a lesson, but about enlightenment and religion. And it's actually a really nice little story that so thank you, Buko, for bringing this to I think we'll be able to learn a lot from it. So a fox is driving down the road and he breaks down near a monastery. He goes to the monastery and says, well, my car broke down. Do you think I could stay the night? And of course, they're monks. You know where this is going because it's a nice religious and enlightening story. But you don't know what the enlightenment is, so we'll have to wait and find out. So the monks accept him, feed him dinner, all that good stuff. But when the man goes to sleep, he's trying to sleep, he hears a strange sound. Why do I have this note here about that? I don't even know. Anyway, sorry. He hears a strange sound, but he goes to, I can't even read my own notes in the story. But so he does go to sleep, and the next morning he asks the monks what the sound was. And they say, well, we can't tell you because you're a monk. And of course, this is, they're trying to get him to be the whole, but this is actually really good. It goes to great enlightening things, so they're doing a good thing. The man, well, he's disappointed, but he thanks them and goes on his way. Some years later, same man breaks down in front of the same monastery. Could this be religion working its magic? We'll find out. So again, he goes to the monastery.
Tune in next time on BFFT.
Where next time is right now. Yes, we had timing. Unlike the barely rain, that was amazing, actually. Okay, very good.
Wait, you said that was good.
It was good. It was amazing. I loved it. I can't wait to hear it again. I love you. Okay.
Okay.
So the monk, goes in. The monks feed him. The fox goes in. They fix his car. This is bunny monks, by the way, that are helping the fox out. So there's kind of another level going on here. Bunny monks.
Okay. Bunny monks.
In the bunny monks, you'll find out if the store opened. Okay, anyway, the story, that's not part of the story. Anyway, that same night when the fox is trying to go to sleep, he hears the same sound that he heard a few years prior. And so he goes to sleep, and the next morning he says, okay, I have to know. Please let me know what this sound is. Kind of in the back of his mind thinking, maybe this is good for my psyche or something. They've got something good planned for me. So let's try this. And so the monks say, well, you must travel the earth and tell us how many blades of grass there are and the exact number of pebbles. When you find these numbers, you will become a monk. Very enlightening and monkish. So the fox set out about the task 45 years later. So it took him a while to count all this stuff. 45, he comes back and says, I've traveled the earth and have found what you have asked for. There are 145 million too. No, that's not the right number. A big number. A big, huge number of blades of grass. I won't even tell you the number.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Because then you won't be able to go on this journey, I guess. And a lot of pebbles on the earth. He actually says a number, but... And so the monks say, congratulations, you are now a monk. We shall now show you the way to the sound. And this is actually going to be the path to enlightenment. So the monks lead the man to It's not a man. It's a fox. They lead the
It's
fox.
a fox. Yes,
to
they
a
lead the
wooden
fox
door.
along. Yes. Okay.
And the head monk says, the sound is right behind the door. The man reaches for the fox. The fox reaches for the knob.
Fox for the door. Yes.
But the door is locked, and he says, okay, so is there a key? And the monk gives him the key, and the fox opens the door. Behind the wooden door is another door made of stone. The fox demands, I've got to know this, give me the key. So the monk gives him the key, and he opens it, and he just finds a door made of ruby. Fox is thinking, this is trying my patience. My path to enlightenment is patience. I can do this. Okay. So he gets the key to the ruby door, and then he opens that, and behind that door is one made of sapphire. It's like, okay, I can do it. Patience, endurance, enlightenment. So this went on and on and on. Gets the key, opens another door. So on and so forth. He gets doors made of emerald, silver, topaz, and amethyst. And then finally, the monks say, this is the last key to the last door. Fox is thinking, I get my enlightenment, my true knowledge, what it means to be me, or something he doesn't know. So the monks give him the key. Mm-hmm. The fox unlocks the door, turns the knob. Behind the door, he is amazed to find the source of the strange sound. This is the source of enlightenment, and I want to depart all this enlightenment upon you. And it is, actually, I can't even tell you because you're not a monk.
Okay. Is that it?
I mean, I can't tell you what the sound is because you're not, remember, you can't know what the sound is unless you're a monk.
Oh, unless you're a monk. Okay. I'm going to come to your house and shoot you now for putting me through that.
I thought you might.
Okay. All right.
So thank you to Buko Clyde for that wonderful, enlightening story.
Thank you. Yes, I'm going to go to his house and shoot him too. All right. So I have some, normally at this point we would go to some trivia, but I have some secret words for you that I want you to try and figure out what they mean.
Does it have to do with doors and monks and shooting things?
It does not, but these are slang terms from the Victorian age. And I would like you to guess what they mean. All right. There's 8 of them. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm
number
ready.
8. You need to tell me. I'm going to give you the word, and you tell me what it means. Giggle mug.
This is a real word.
That's a slang term from the Victorian age.
A
Giggle mug.
giggle. Okay. I actually know this one. Actually.
Okay. Yeah. Do you?
A giggle mug is what happens when Frodo goes to the Broback Inn and has a pint of sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla, you say? I see.
That's what.
Well, a giggle mug means to be always smiling.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. That's what that
I
means.
was wrong.
Right.
Okay, I do not get that one.
I know, but you have a giggle mug. You're always smiling.
It's true. I am a puppy.
It's very true. You are a puppy.
Although, I have to say, you and Rayne will probably never have a giggle mug again after what I put you through, and I apologize
that story,
profusely.
Yeah, no, mm-hmm.
In fact,
all right, we forgive you.
We forgive you.
In fact,
yes.
If any fur actually heard that on the show just now, that means that Barely decided not to cut it from the show this week, in which case that's amazing. Which means that you have no idea what I'm talking about because you did not hear that story that Barely cut from the show.
That's true. All right. Are you ready for your next phrase?
Yes.
You need to tell me what it means.
Yes.
The phrase is bitch the pot.
Do that again.
Bitch the pot.
It's when you're a dog and your sister has eaten too much Taco Bell.
Close. Close.
Okay.
It means to pour the tea.
That was nowhere near close. That was nice of you to say.
Nowhere near close, but that's what that was. That's what that means.
Okay.
Okay. So here's the next one. Number 6. Got the morbs.
What? Got the morbed?
Got the morbs. Like, I've got the morbs.
Does this have to do with something from BLFC this last weekend? Because there was something about that.
No. No.
Did we ever find out what that was?
We did not.
Do we have any idea what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just going to say we didn't find out about it. So
okay,
there you go.
that's probably safest. Okay, got the morbs.
So what do you think got the morbs means?
I think it means you went out to the local pizza parlor, which is a word they used in the 50s, and you bought a thing. And this thing had a ham on the end of a brutal brush. And that is how you got the morbs.
Oh, well, you could have gotten the morbs that way. Got the morbs means to be temporarily sad.
See, if you didn't like the brutal brush or whatever that is, you would be temporarily sad. So I think right. I got that one. I got that one.
Okay. All right. Here's another one. Tight as a boiled owl.
Why would you boil an owl? I mean, come on.
I don't know, but if you're tight as a boiled owl, what do you think you are?
You are, what's his name? Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Could be, but you're drunk.
You're tight, okay.
Tight as a boiled owl means to be drunk.
Now,
okay.
Before you move on, question for you.
Yes.
Do you have any idea why that was my answer?
Cameron from... No, why was that your answer?
Rayne, any ideas?
Yes, because I've seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I've seen it many times, but I don't know why.
Yeah, Ferris accuses Cameron of being so tight that if he stuck a lump of coal in a very unpleasant place, in a week he'd have a diamond.
Yes.
You are, Rayne. You get an extra hug from this pup right here, because that's exactly what I was referring to. That's amazing.
Pardon my French, but Cameron is so tight that if you stuck a lump of coal up his ass, in 2 weeks you'd have a diamond.
All right. Question number 4. Poked up. What do you think that means, Taebyn?
Well, of course, that's when John Paul goes and has a few drinkies and goes to a party. He's got a pope up.
Huh? Oh, John Pope. You said Pope. I said poked. As in
poked. Oh, that's a totally different thing. Okay, so let's try this again. That's a totally different thing. Okay, try this again.
That's a totally different thing. Yes. Poked
So
up.
what is the thing? Poked up.
Poked up.
Oh,
yes.
It's kind of like when you have an accordion and you run around the vehicular mobile with Weird Al.
I think that's polka'd up.
Well, it actually means that's polka'd up. Yes,
I got it messed up again.
Yeah, this actually means to be embarrassed.
Oh,
I was up is embarrassed.
Wrong.
Yeah. All right, your next one. You ready for this one?
I don't know.
Sauce box. Sauce box. What do you think a sauce box is?
That's when this pup gets Italian food all to himself.
Could be. That's very close because sauce box is your mouth.
Oh, see, my muzz just goes right in that nom 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 the Italian food. So I'll take that as a win.
Okay, now
not an Edwin. Ha. Oh,
ha. Okay, I'm gonna number two. We're getting up to the number. We're getting up to the number 1, but number 2. Cupid's kettle drums.
That's adorable.
Cupid's kettle drums. What do you think those are?
That's when you fall in love and you're so happy about it that you play the drums with that corn that's called kettle corn or something.
Okay. Rayne, do you have a guess what Cupid's kettle drums might be?
Is it his bum?
No, it's the breasticles.
Aww.
It's breasties on the women. That's the Cupid's kettle drums.
Kettle
breasts.
drums?
Yes.
I like his bum
His
better.
bum-
I like Cupid's bum better.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
so
Okay.
confused.
The Cupid's kettle drums means breasts. Breasts. You know, the mammary glands, if you will.
So that
Dun,
you
dun, dun.
know,
Wallaby socks.
it's so that you don't forget about Left Shark. You have the mammary glands.
Yes. The mammary glands. All
Don't
right.
forget about
So, number 1. What do you think it means to be not up to dick?
Rayne, do you want to take this one, please?
That's when you have a headache and you tell your husband, not tonight. Not
I'm
tonight.
not up to dick. Yeah, I'm
Not
not
up
up to
to
dick. No. You're not too far off. It means to be ill or unwell. I'm not up to dick. I'm just not up to dick.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm sick, I'm not.
Yeah.
For the
Me either.
record, all you furs out there, I hope you understand what they're talking about, because this pup right here has no idea what's going on, but I assume it's just amazing, and so we'll go with that.
This episode contains adult content.
Yes, this episode's good. Please, a listener discretion is involved. I mean, I like dick once in a while. I mean,
Yeah.
just because.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's a nice guy.
Richard's a great guy. He's a
I know,
great
I
guy.
I do
yes.
like him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Taebyn, it's now time. Do you have your joke book with you?
Oh my cow! Can
You've only
you
got a
say
few pages left. You've only got a few pages left.
plumdictorous?
Plumfordicorous. Plumfordicorous. Ding. What is
Rayne,
that
you
word?
try it.
Plumfordicorous?
Plumdicorous.
Yes.
Plumdiferous. Plumdiferous. That's what it was. Plumdiferous.
What is your favorite word in the German language?
Schwanzstücke.
Schwanzstücke.
What does Schwanzstücke
Ja.
mean?
It's what we were talking about a couple minutes ago.
He would have an enormous Schwanzstücke.
That goes without saying.
Oof.
He's going to be very popular.
Yes. Richard.
Richard.
Oh,
talks
and
about
his
Richard,
and his
yes.
hat. Yeah, no,
Yes,
yeah.
Richard
that's
and his
separate.
hat. Yes,
He's
got a nice helmet.
hat.
Richard has a
Nice
great helmet.
Yes.
And yes, I do have my joke book.
Okay.
I have. Let's see, what page?
We are
am
so
I
far
on?
off the rails. It's just terrible.
And I still have half a page of jokes from our last.
Oh well, there you go.
thing
Well,
that I
then we're
didn't
gonna have a
tell.
three-way. We're gonna have a three-way joke off.
Ooh.
That
sounds dirty, but
yeah,
I'm
a
in.
three-way joke off. Wow.
Nietzsche is peachy, but Freud
I
is
know.
enjoyed.
You know, oral can make your day, but anal makes your whole week. But moving right along.
Redenbacher has good popcorn.
Yes. Taebyn,
Yes.
I mean, that's
tell
what
us
we're
your
talking
joke
about,
book.
right?
What is
Okay.
your joke book all about, Taebyn?
Oh no, I already told that page. We are on the last page.
The last. Oh
we
no!
are on the last
I'm gonna have to go
page.
to a joke book. I'm gonna have to go to a joke book store and buy you an old joke book.
Oh my cow.
It's time for a trip to Goodwill.
So for any that doesn't know, this book that I'm going to end today, it's been 3 years coming. So, okay, this is actually
it
very
has.
special. So this joke called Funny Jokes and Foxy Riddles from 1968. I don't agree that there's nothing fun. It's bad. And I don't read the jokes and quote unquote jokes ahead of time. We're all in it together and stuff. And since one of the very first episodes of this podcast, I started this book. And then whenever we do a joke session, I read a section, I read a page of the book. And this pupisode, I'm reading page 80, the last page. I think I said there were 81 pages before. I was wrong. It's 80. Last page of this book tonight. I'm going to have to get a new joke book. So all you furs, and again, I have not read this page, even though it's the last one. I didn't realize until just now it's the last one. This is Excite. Are you barely in rain? Excite? Do you wag about this?
Very excited.
Very excited.
My tail is a wagon.
Is it red? Because it
Is it a
be
little
covered
red
in everything?
wagon.
No,
It's A little red wagon?
It's wooden with a cover. No,
not,
it's wooden
not a
with
radio
cover.
flyer. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
No, it's the old Western kind.
Okay. Well, I'm too excited to start this off, so Sumfer, I'll start us off.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. Where do lizards go to fix their fallen tails?
I don't know. Where do lizards go to fix their fallen tails?
Why, to a retail shop, of course. You know, they don't get any better than that, or any worse. Well, they might get worse, but let's hear what's coming up from the Taebyn lips.
Okay, so Betty was not sitting properly at her school desk. I know, right?
Shame on her.
She's naughty. Her feet were out in the aisle, and besides that, she was even chewing gum.
No.
To this horrible event, Betty's teacher said, "Betty, take that gum out of your mouth and put your feet in." Oh, and there's a little picture of Betty putting her feet. This is stupid.
What?
Because Betty's putting her feet in her mouth, and it's
so
stupid.
I'm
so glad I'm reading the last page of funny jokes of
Rayne, do you have a joke, Rayne?
Yeah. Imagine if you walked into a bar and there was a long line of people waiting to take a swing at you. That's the punchline.
Oh, I just got that. That took like 4.5 seconds, but I got there.
I was at the dentist the other day, and a dentist asks us stupid questions. Kind of like, he asked a question, when was the last time you flossed? And I looked at him, it's like, bro, you were there.
Oh, there is that.
Taebyn? Taebyn. I think we lost the Taebyn.
I think his tail hit the mic button again.
My tail was not even hit the mic. It's true. It hit the mute button
Taebyning
again.
is a verb now. You've been Taebyned. You Taebyned things up.
Taebyn.
Yes.
To Taebyn and to... I had said this isn't part of my joke book. This is just a little side rail. Said the other day that I think it was in the BLFC chat. I said, "How's your con for BLFC? How's the con and everything?" And some first said something about how he was Taebyning all con, meaning and then he clarified running all over the place and everything. So I think it is a verb actually.
You are a verb.
Some other verb used it. So anyway,
you're a verb and a proper noun.
And a proper noun and
time for an improper joke.
Bean.
Yes.
That is a new grammar thing that happened just now. Also, Vladimir said to Bob. Vladimir said, "What book are you reading?" And Bob said, "Speed reading." And Vladimir said, "How long have you been reading it?" And Bob said, 2 years.
Wait, what?
I don't either.
I don't get it.
What?
Let's try this again. Okay.
Say that again. Wait a minute. Say that again.
So Vladimir said, "What book are you reading?" And Bob said, "Speed reading." Vladimir said, "How long have you been reading it?" Bob says, 2 years.
Well, clearly he's not speed reading it. I think that's the joke.
Guess, I really hope there's more to it.
I guess.
So any further this happens sometimes in this book. So any further that actually gets it beyond the stupid, he's not really speeding it thing. If there is something else, let us know, because I really want to know.
All right.
Okay.
Rayne
still has this very disgusted look on his face. Like literally a disgusted look on his face.
I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't get it. But so as I do get older, though, I remember all the people I lost along the way. Mm-hmm. Maybe a career as a tour guide was not the right choice.
Oh my cow.
Yeah. Hey, Taebyn.
Hi.
Do you know what pigs learn in the army?
How to cook their brethren.
No, they learn ham-to-ham combat.
Oh, God.
Ham to ham combat. Tip your waitress. I'll be here all week. Thank you very much. Yes.
Please don't, actually.
Okay. Please don't stay all week. Just tip your waitress and get him off the stage. All right. Thank you.
You are welcome because.
And your next joke is?
Because. No, that's my next joke. Because.
Yes.
That was it. Because.
That's it. Okay. Well,
there's more. So John says to Harry.
Yes.
Actually, no, he doesn't say yes. He says, on the way to school this morning, I met a fisherman who had not had a bite in a week. And Harry says, well, what did you do? John says, well, I bit him.
We both saw that coming.
I saw you saw that coming, like when I said because. Like I had actually.
Yep.
Again,
Rayne,
all you first, not my fault. Blame the book.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, not to brag, but I made 6 figures last year. I was also named the worst employee at the toy factory.
What?
Because I only made 6 figures.
Oh,
1, 2, 3.
Action figures.
6 action figures. He only made 6 last year. Okay. Yeah.
Cow. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun,
but we're not quite done
Taebyn?
Because... Oh, no, barely.
I still have 2 more. I have 2 more. How many more do you have, Taebyn? We're torturing our listeners quite a bit here. So we got twice as many jokes now with Rayne on board.
Okay. This is very difficult for this pup right here. So,
okay.
Give me a second while I figure out what I'm doing.
I thought he was reading from a book.
I did too, but who knows?
Reading is hard.
Reading is fundamental.
Mm-hmm.
That's not. Okay.
For those of us that grew up in the 80s and 90s.
In the 80s, yes. I can hear the Jeopardy song in the background, waiting for Taebyn to say something.
Wait, what is that? Okay, wait, what's it?
We're waiting on you, pup.
Okay,
We're waiting on you.
Okay. I don't even. Okay, what's happening? Whose turn is it? What's going on?
It's your turn. Tell a joke already.
Okay, I have 2 more jokes.
Okay, I have 2 more also.
Okay.
I have 2 more also.
Okay.
All right.
So.
Oh, these poor listeners have 6 more jokes to listen to. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
This could take all night.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if I do one now, then barely, then Rayne. No.
Yes.
I want to end on something really horrible and stupid. So let's see, barely Rayne me, barely Rayne me. So
okay.
Barely.
Okay.
So me first.
Something.
Okay.
Yes.
So I heard a lady ask a clerk at the grocery store if the tomatoes were genetically modified. Well, why do you ask? Stated the clerk. And then the tomato asked, yeah, why do you ask?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I'm liking.
So,
right.
I like to spend my weekends playing chess with elderly men in the park, but it's becoming a lot more difficult. I mean, you try finding exactly 32 old guys.
Inconceivable.
Yep. I mean, that's true. I mean.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my cow.
And a big chessboard.
Big chessboard, yes.
Big chessboard. Okay, so I have 2 more jokes. The first of which is the last one in the book. And then I'm going to end with something else, if we're okay with that.
Okay.
All right. Here is the last joke. This is like, I'm almost tearing up here, but not really. This is the last joke in my book. The mother says to Johnny, the best time to take a bath is just before retiring. Johnny says, well, no wonder Grandpa didn't retire until he was 65.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
That joke stunk.
That joke, I can smell it from here.
Just like Grandpa. Yeah.
It smelled like cabbage and tobacco. That's what my grandpa smelled like. All right. So my last joke of the night is there's a new restaurant here in Salem. It's called Karma. There's no menu. You just get what you deserve.
Boom. Bop. Bop.
So my last joke for the night. A man walks into a magic forest and tries to cut down a talking tree. You can't cut me down, the tree complies. I'm a talking tree. The man responds, you may be a talking tree, but you will dialogue.
Yeah.
You really should have ended with that, but instead we're going to end with something that I don't completely understand. Are we ready?
Okay. We're ready.
As
Go
we
for
will
it.
ever be.
Yes.
The last joke of the evening.
The final
The
joke.
final frontier.
The
thing
final
that apparently
joke.
is going to top the last joke of my book, which
Okay.
will not top anything else that Barely or Rayne has said. The last joke of the show this evening is...
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Okay, get on with the Taebyn. Okay, so what is the difference between Black-Eyed Peas and Chickpeas?
One is a music group.
Well, yes, Black-Eyed Peas, exactly. Black-Eyed Peas can sing a song. Chickpeas can hum us one.
Oh.
And that
Well,
is where I take my leave.
I think with that last stupid joke, we should stop torturing our listeners.
Yay.
And ourselves.
Music. I hear
ourselves.
music and not too soon.
I hear the music.
Very much too late.
The music is swelling in the background. Remember to buy our merch through Bonfire and Redbubble. Remember the Broad discount code of BFFT is expiring at the end of July, so be sure to get your supply before the promotion ends. And that is 25% off your entire purchase when you enter the code BFFT at the checkout. Don't enter the code BFFT at checkout. That's not the same code. It's just BFFT.
BFFT.
As Taebyn likes to point out. Yes. And Taebyn, I'm going to let you close us out and take us out of here because our listeners are done listening and they would like you to end the show.
They would like us to end the show. Yes, as
I quit listening 30 minutes ago.
And we were here. Yes, we stopped listening. Yes.
When I said hi, they were like, okay, I'm out. Anyway, yes. Thank you, all you furs out there, if you've been listening to this. It means so much. I mean, this really helps us out just to know you're listening. So that's very amazing and wonderful. We hope you've enjoyed the show. We hope you continue to enjoy the show. Thank you, Barely, so much for hosting this and putting up with me all these years and for the last hour and a half, whatever. And thank you again, Rayne. Not again, but thank you for the first time, Rayne, for putting up with me for the last hour and a half. And thanks again to Rayne for being on the show, participating in the endeavors that are the Lima Bean. There's a Lima Bean, apparently. Yeah. Anyway, it means so much to us. It's very great. I know I hugged some of you furs with posies at BLFC this last weekend. And unless you're listening to this like a year later, then I hugged you type with posies a year ago. So that was great. And I hope to do so again. So I guess I'll just say thank you so much. It means so much to us that you are listening to us, and we hope we make you happy and all that good stuff. And so until next week, bark, bark, Moobarkfluff, and
Hallay!
Hi! And hallay!
Hallay! Hallay!
Hallay!
I can say hallay.
So I'll...
Hallay! For all the
Moobarkfluff.
listeners, hallay is part of Straight from the Muzz. We went to their podcast platform or panel at BLFC, and they tried to say hello and hooray, and they said hallay, and now it's a word we're going to just use all the time.
Use
Hallay!
all the time. So, again, I say until next week, have a good next week, and can't wait to bark at you that time. Moobarkfluff, stay furry.
Barely Furcasting is an Injured Nerve studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms or can be heard directly at barelyfurcasting.com. The opinions expressed here are those of the hosts and their guests, and no commercial compensation was granted. The Furcast is produced, recorded and directed by Barely Normal, aka Mike Began, and is edited by Barely and our associate editor Rayne Raccoon. Opening and closing theme music, as well as some interstitial music, was created for Injured Nerves Productions for the use on the podcast by Reg Day with Damian Tanuki. If you would like to hear more music by Reg Day, you can search for Tweezerbeak on Bandcamp or Hoop Loop Tunes on SoundCloud. Other interstitial and background music by Shane Ivers through silvermansound.com, Gator Tots on soundcloud.com, and the YouTube Free is Library. Social media presences is maintained by Ziggy the Mean Weasel. Transformation Station is written and directed by Lux Operon with Rayne Raccoon and is edited by Rayne Raccoon. If you would like to send us a message, you can do so via email at barelyfurcasting@gmail.com or on our Telegram chat at BFFTchat, on Twitter, on our Facebook page, or on the barelyfurcasting.com webpage. You can help support the show through donations at ko-fi.com/barelyfurcasting or through Patreon at patreon.com/barelyfurcasting. Thanks for listening. We hope you come back and listen next week.